Welcome to the Mind Our Business podcast, where we delve into life challenges and triumphs while exploring the world of entrepreneurship. Here, we're going to get real talk about real life and real business. I'm so excited, y'all. It is our premiere episode.
Yay! Yay! So excited.
I think everybody's been waiting for this.
I mean,
Right.
we are here right now. I'm just
Finally.
In the flesh.
in the flesh.
In the
Yes.
And what we want to do today is just give our audience some insight into how we get down, what to expect from this podcast, and give y'all a little bit of feel of who we are. So first, we're going to start with some introductions, and we're going to just have everybody share their name really quickly and what they do.
So I'm your girl, Tamika. I'm your favorite certified recreation therapist specializing in inclusion and adaptive recreation.
And I'm Carla Shahid, the realtor and also certified real estate planner. And what I do is I help people build, protect, and transfer wealth through real estate.
And I'm Dr. Carmen, your go-to PhD for menstruation mindset mentoring and perspective shifting group experiences.
I'm Simona, a fashion stylist and a personal shopper, collaborating with women to create a look that's uniquely them.
And I'm Gigi Garcia, owner and director of Moves Dance Studios and Vibe Together.
So how did we even meet, y'all? How did we
Oh.
get together? Who's got the story?
Oh, well, I mean, I got a story, but I mean, okay.
We're definitely all connected.
Right. I think
For a
through
long
Carla,
time,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I am the common thread.
Yes.
So Gigi and Simona, we went to high school together. So that's how we know each other. And then Simona, you and Gigi go way back.
Go even further than that. Junior high. Yeah, so we're like single digits back then.
Preteens.
Don't ask about now.
Wow, that's a long time.
That was a girl. Yeah.
That's a long time.
So Carmen and I met on the runway.
Wow.
So we were doing community fashion shows. And y'all need to see Carmen walk. We're going to show y'all
Oh,
that.
no,
Because
I
it's
didn't know
that
I
one.
just gotta,
Yeah, very
But
good.
yeah, so that's how Carmen and I met. And then Carmen introduced us.
Yes, yes. So yeah, Carmen and I met because through the beloved, oh my gosh, Tracy McKnight. Yeah, may she rest in peace. But yeah, we met. She came to my office and introduced Warm Spirit. So Warm Spirit is actually what connected
Brought us together.
that brought us together. And then what happened? How did we end up meeting?
Mom's group.
Moms
See,
group.
that's what I thought.
But wait, before the moms group, I think you had invited me to her party or something like that. I think that's what happened. You were having a launch party or something at your house.
Okay.
And then we just found out that we had so much in common. Our children were the same ages.
Yep.
They were little too. I think we were nursing at the time.
Yes.
Like
Oh
that's
my
crazy.
God.
We were. And that's
That's
why we
way
started the
ago.
mothers group.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So
So that's how we met.
And then I met Carmen and Tamika when Carla was in the mother's group. And we used to meet up at 44 when you guys needed a break. I said, what kind of mother's group is this? And she
We
said,
started
"Oh,
going out."
break." I said, what kind of She says, we were going to need a drink now. So I go, okay, I'll meet you guys over here in Rodale and go to the lounge and have some food and drink. So
Right.
that was about 12 years ago or so.
Yeah.
So you all connected.
Longer than that.
So you all connected being moms and we're
Well,
in
we
this group.
connected through a business, and then we
Okay.
happened to find out that we had children of the same age.
Right.
We were all married at the time, so we had a lot of things
Yeah.
in common at that
Nice.
point. Yeah,
That's how it works.
That's
how
how
it
it
works.
works. And Jean, look, that was what, like 17 years ago. Like,
Yes,
it was
because
like
the kids were babies and they're 18 and 17 now.
Oh my God.
And Gigi and I went to junior high together in high school, and we lost contact for a while. And about 9 years ago, I went to Atlanta to a family reunion, and I hit Gigi up, and we linked up and hung out at Lenox Mall and ate at True Food.
Oh
and
my
you know,
God, that
Gigi
was
is
a
a
long
health
time
food.
ago. Yeah, I was
And
in Atlanta
so
for
she
like
says, "I'm coming
13
back to
years.
Vallejo to start my business."
Yep.
And I'm like, "Why do you want to come back here?" And she goes in depth, and she came back and knocked it out. But we've been linked back ever since.
And then through that, Carla came, and then Carla introduced me to Tamika, and then Carmen, who actually utilized my services for one of your events. Yeah, oh, your fifth. Yeah, it was during COVID. Yep.
So we got history, y'all. We definitely
Exactly.
have wonderful history.
I
right?
know.
So
Awesome.
how did we even start this podcast? Whose idea was it?
Ooh, so listen. One
Mhm.
night I was watching YouTube and a podcast just popped up. And I said, oh, that'd be a good idea. And then I thought about all of you ladies. No one else. It was exactly you. And at that moment, just that quick, I just sent out a text and y'all said, yes. Oh, yes. That sounds good. That sounds good. And I looked up the date and it was December 8th.
Wow.
And I said, wow, you see how long things take? But it's all about just going with it and just sticking with it, and it'll just go and it'll come through. And now we're here.
We are here.
I think too, like we all of us already talked about like coming together and doing something. So it's just so dope how like all of this kind of fell into place. And look at us now.
So what was your first thought? Like, what were you guys' first
Well,
thoughts?
you told me about it at one of the events that we went to for Carla, for one of her events. And then immediately I was like, yes, let's do it. And then you sent out that text. And I was like, duh, that's of course, let's make it happen. So I was happy to hear that everybody agreed to do it.
And I was so honored when you called me. I was, thank you.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
a friend of mine before, we were supposed to do a podcast and we just never
you
put the
called
time.
all of us.
Yes.
I appreciated that.
We never put the time together. So I was like, okay, she's going to put me to the fire. I was ready to just launch. And you're like, hold on, it takes more time and stuff. So thank you for your structure and thank you for thinking about me and including me.
Yeah.
So.
And what'd you think?
I thought it was a great idea. I already saw this. I already saw it coming together. And
Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo.
I got fired back in the day for calling Miss Cleo at Hilltop Mall.
Miss Cleo. Oh goodness. I know your mom was
That is
hot.
so funny.
Yeah, so I thought it was just a great idea when you told me about it. And I just thought, how cool is it to do it with a group of friends like that are true friends? And I think that is what excited me, a lot. I mean, a lot, but it excited me that this was going to come to play.
History.
Yeah.
We're just so diverse. We're all so different personalities, different looks, different interests, and different types of backgrounds.
And background,
right.
yeah.
But all bosses.
Yeah.
All bosses.
Different industries too. I like that. We have a lot more to talk about.
Carmen, it was interesting what you said. You kind of held back a little bit. Give us your thoughts on what you were thinking.
So honestly, y'all,
Right.
when I first saw the text about this amazing idea, I held back a little bit. I have some extensive experience with being guest on podcasts, and years ago, before the podcast craze, I was actually the host of an internet radio show.
Right.
So I have some idea of the work,
Yeah.
that it takes to go on, to put on something like
Yes.
this. So I was a little hesitant in the beginning. I was like, let me see if my sister queens are for real. Because I got time.
Right.
I see that they are. And so I was so happy to come on board and be here with y'all today.
Thank you.
Yes.
So we were talking about our diverse backgrounds, right? So let's talk a little bit about our businesses. Let's get the audience a little bit more of what we do. Who wants to start off?
A little bit about my business. So I sell real estate. I've been a licensed realtor since 2009, and I've been doing it full time ever since. And I will say that real estate is my passion. So I always wanted to become a real estate agent, but I was working a full-time job, and I didn't have the courage to actually leave a paying job to go 100% commission. And then, the universe has a way of just
Making it happen.
making it happen.
course.
So what ended up happening was the crash happened and our office closed. I was on the back end of real estate, so I was in escrow. So when that office closed down, I said, this is just a great opportunity for me to go ahead and get my license.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. So I'm a home ownership advocate. I believe that home ownership should be available to all. And so I'm just very passionate about it. So, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's right.
Thank you.
Queen Simona?
Yes. So I would always be out and about going places because I'm very social and my business.
Yes, you
People
are.
would say, "Where'd you get that jacket?
Exactly.
Where'd you get that jacket? Where'd you get that hat? Where'd you get this?" And I'd say, "Oh, I got it here. I got it there. I'll pick one up for you." And after a while, I would get emails or messages all the time and say, "Can you get this? Can you get that for me? Can you pick?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to this." Then I realized there's a need. There's a need for this service. And a lot of people, clients of mine say, "Oh, I don't feel like trying clothes on. I don't feel like," and I start putting looks together for our people and say, "Hey, I'm going on a date. What should I wear? Oh, I'm going on a trip. What should I wear?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, there's really a need." So I start working with people individually alongside my 9 to 5. And as I keep growing, I'm still working there, but and my business is growing slowly, but it is actually growing. And I just help women create a look when they say, "Hey, this is my inspiration. I see Nia Long or a celebrity on the red carpet. Can you help me find that look or
Yeah.
duplicate it?" And I work with all price ranges. If you have a little bit budget or a huge budget, all body types. A lot of women have lost weight and don't know what to do, or they have, want to meet new people or
yeah.
start dating and looking for a different level, and just don't know what to do. If someone says, "Let's go out for karaoke or a comedy show," what should I wear? I even get calls, "What should I wear to a funeral?" So that's where the but
All black.
yeah. So I had to do that for personal shopping and then styling. So that's where the it was birthed from.
And you're actually our stylist, right?
And we got to give it up to
times,
Simona
sometimes.
for helping us with our
Creative
looks.
You giving us,
visionary,
you giving us an idea of what we should wear, right?
Yeah.
To all coordinate. So for me, you guys, so I went to Southern University at A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I actually majored in recreation therapy. And
Ah.
so I was doing the traditional 9 to 5s, but I always hated punching the clock. It's just not me. I just never liked it. But so
That's all
on the
of us.
side, after I had my first child, I didn't work for a while, and I said, "Okay, what should I do?" And I ended up finding a lady and did some consulting with her, so-called sub-consulting. And I was like, "This is pretty cool. You have control of your time. I like this. This is something maybe I can do."
Mm-hmm.
And then it got to a point where I needed to have some more time for myself, and I needed to control it because of some personal issues that came up. And so I said, "Okay, let me go ahead and do it." I spoke with the lady that was helping with the contracting, that I was helping with contracting, and she became my mentor. And she said, "You know what? You can do this." And so with her guidance, because mentorship is it, with her guidance, she showed me how to get the contracts. And that's where more recreation therapy and consulting was born.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Woo woo. I love it. I love it.
And then for me, well, my educational background is in psychology.
Mhm.
And I think I have two unique ways of connecting people. So, on one hand, I help to destigmatize the menstrual cycle, y'all.
Mhm.
So, that piece started out with a workshop called Power to the Period.
Hey.
Oh,
And yes, ma'am. And that one was all about working with preteen girls, really planting seeds of body positivity into them because it was just so needed.
Yeah.
And then their parents, whether it was mom, dad, whatever, would be learning from what they learned.
Okay.
So from there, I kind of branched off into realizing that there are so many dads who want to be able to support their daughters who are about to get into adolescence and go through this blooming period.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the dads are like, "Shoot, I don't know what to do. I'm scared of what to say. I don't know how to protect her from these modern day, influences that are out there."
Right.
So that's one of the other things that I do. I help coach dads who have preteen daughters so that they can lean in and use what I call their special dad mojo.
There it
So they
is.
can lean in
Lean in.
Wow.
into their daughter's blooming adolescence. And then the other way that I help connect people is through this workshop that I developed called Harmonizing Perspectives.
Mhm.
And the full title is Harmonizing Perspectives Using Music, Diversity, and Social Change.
Nice.
And so that one is for schools, it's for Fortune 500 companies, it's for community-based organizations, from groups as small as 12 to as large as 100. And after that workshop, folks are coming away feeling like they've been on a little mini retreat. They're feeling more connected with each other and more connected to themselves. and realizing that we are so similar
Right.
in terms of being humans on the planet. So
Yeah.
that's a little bit about what I
Yeah.
Wow,
And-
that is so
Yeah.
deep.
It
Yeah,
is. I didn't know there
You
was
go,
that deep.
girl.
Right.
She gonna
Well,
go deep. She gonna go deep.
that's
So,
deep. That
yeah.
better you.
I know some
yes.
people who could use your services.
You
Yes.
are good for all of that.
Glad
yes,
Wow.
that I love it.
Mindset.
So how about we share a little bit about like our whys? Like what are we how do our businesses fulfill us and
Yes.
how do our clients get fulfilled? So what really motivates us? What's the why for doing our business?
Well, I just love helping people, and I love helping women, and I love when people can go from flat to somewhat glam, or just come out and what's happening inwardly should show outwardly. I believe that inside who you are should be expressed outwardly.
Mhm.
So I love helping people say, hey, I want to take a risk. I would like to try this. I'm not sure if this will work for me. So we have fun. It's almost like dress up when you were a kid.
Yes.
You play with dolls. I love Barbies. I
Yep.
played with them till high school. And I love dressing them up, me and my cousin. And so yeah, it's just playing dress up and it's helping people take that risk. And if it doesn't work, we can edit and we can always change and see what colors and what goes with people, what highlights them. So I'm fulfilled by helping them, and then they're fulfilled because they feel good. Some people are coming out of divorce, like it's lost weight, gained weight, got some gains,
Yeah,
have a
you
new
helping them
booty,
get their confidence back.
whatever,
Yeah.
the confidence back. So
No, yes,
try
you
to help
are,
them
yep.
with that. Or also I was working before with kids that needed to go back to school and didn't have parents, foster kids shop for them,
Oh,
welfare
yeah.
to work. If you're, people haven't worked in years and now they
Mhm.
kind of help find a business suit for some organizations. So I've helped out. So that fulfills me. And then the people feel good. The
That's
clients
right.
feel good.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, for me personally, I am definitely an advocate. And so, as a certified therapist, we advocate for people with disabilities in our senior population. So, that for me is very easy because I am the type of person that I will speak for the person that feels like they can't speak or don't have a voice. And so, through the contracting, I'm able to help group homes, treatment facilities, and other organizations. Right now, I'm really working with City Parks and Recreation on helping them redevelop all their programs so that people with disabilities are able to get in there, participate, and be successful.
That's
Wow.
dope. That's a
Yeah.
great
That is.
service
Love it.
offer
Yeah.
because people with disabilities should also have like a fulfilled
Well, they
life
definitely
too,
have a
right?
right. They definitely have a
Advocate
Yeah.
always. That
Yeah.
advocate, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do not know how to adapt their programs
Are
so
these
that people can
physical?
participate.
Like physical
So you have physical
disabilities and
delays,
mental?
you have cognitive delays. You know,
Okay.
autism is very big right now.
Yeah.
And so that's what you're seeing a lot of. And people don't know how to deal with some of the
Yeah.
behaviors that can happen.
Yeah.
And so
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's really teaching the staff on how to deal with behaviors and see it before it becomes a behavior, to be honest. Because a lot of times it's us that's triggering, them, not necessarily them. And so I kind of teach them on what to do and how to make their environment set it up for success so that they can have fun working with people of all abilities and then they can be successful as well.
Oh,
Love
that
it.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
fun.
I'm
I'm the fun girl.
Sure. Yeah. You definitely the fun girl.
game.
Yes, definitely needed. I think my why is as I said before, I just believe that home ownership should be available to all
Yeah.
who wants it. So I know like growing up, I grew up in a housing project. I mean, that's just what it was. And I remember going to school, it was in a different district than where I lived, and seeing my friends, they had houses and they had, it just was a different world to me. And it was something that I didn't have. So I just remember even, being in junior high school saying, I want to move out. I want a house. I want space. So, and my mom at that time, she just couldn't do it, so, and I know she wanted to, but she just couldn't. So I just feel like that is my why, to help anybody that wants to become a homeowner to be able to do that. So I deal a lot with first time home buyers, and it just fulfills me. So like, it warms my heart. So I just love to help people become a home ownership. I'm a homeowner. Excuse me.
I'm a homeowner because of you. You
Yeah.
know me.
See there? See that? Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And I worked with a lot of you guys.
Right.
Yes.
There's a lot of connections here.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm very passionate about that.
Yeah,
So
you are.
That is my why.
I love that
I
too.
have to say, Carly, that in my world, when I had gone through a divorce and I had my property, my house, and I needed to get out from under it, and we decided to do a short sale on my property, and I was so stressed out, had a little 2-year old trying to figure out just all the stuff that's involved with divorce, and you took so much stress away
Yeah.
from that experience. It was like
Mm.
one less thing that I needed to
That's
deal
right.
with.
That's right.
And I just so appreciated it. I was like, oh my God, Carla, thank you so much. Because I had so much on my plate.
Yeah.
And I imagine that lots of others of your clients,
Absolutely.
have that experience where you removing some of that stress from their
Yes.
plate.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, sis.
Yes.
Thank you for that. That is what I was about to cry. Because everything that.
I didn't know that, so I'm just now hearing all that.
Right.
Wow, that's
Right.
major, Carmen. Yeah. Love it. And see, that's what it's about. I like love it.
That's a beautiful story you had too, because I grew up on Section 8 too, and
Yeah.
I seen my mom become a homeowner. But we lived in low income apartments and
Same.
subsidized housing, and
Yep.
then she bought a home. So I mean, it's just always been a dream. That's just you have to get a property. So thank you for that.
Great feeling.
Okay, so my why? Ooh,
What's your why?
I got a lot of whys, but my why specific. Well, it's most of you know, so knowing me growing up, but always been a dancer.
Yeah.
I've been a dancer since I could walk, and I actually left. I thought I was like, I'm not really a school. My mom forced me to go to college, but I wasn't really a school or a book type of girl. So I left my second year in college, and I moved to LA. And then started touring and doing gigs and all of that stuff. And then when I came back here to the Bay Area, I saw, because I'm from Vallejo, and in Vallejo, there's not a lot of outlets or opportunities for kids. So number one, I've always worked with kids. I love working with them because that's the time to start, training and developing them. So working with them definitely is very fulfilling. But when I came back to Vallejo, I saw that there was no outlets once again. And so when I started Moves Dance Studios, I made it a point to really focus on giving them the opportunities to showcase their talent. So that's why I also produce 2 showcases a year, which
are really good.
I
was
know,
able
and
to
you
see
all
the
of you
last
come to my
one.
shows. Yes,
It's a production.
it's
Okay,
such
it
a
is a
hard
production.
work. Yeah,
Yes,
it's a lot of work.
All the work that you put
It's
into
so-
that to
but-
orchestrate it.
But just watching, even though you have to go through months of putting these kids,
Right.
getting them together
It's
and
worth
getting
it.
their show together, but that the 2-3 minutes they're up there on stage performing in front of their friends and families, I mean, you're just like, this is what it's about.
Exactly.
And that's my why.
Exactly.
Just that moment, that
Yes.
being in the moment and getting that fulfillment from seeing them.
Yeah.
So
I just want to say that my girls did go to your dance studio.
they,
and
they did.
And I just want to thank you for just allowing them to be in it. They loved it. They really did. And it allowed them to kind of come out of their shell.
Yeah,
and
because they were
give
shy
them
at the time.
confidence to
Mhm.
be on stage and to
Yes.
do that. And Zara, she really loved it, but
Yeah,
she
she had
Challenge.
she had two
challenge
things.
in areas.
Oh no.
Yeah, she is I love my baby, but she was a little challenged. But thank you for giving her the opportunity and putting her
Of course,
in and everything.
that's what it's about. Yeah.
And I was going to say, it takes so much courage to get out there and dance, because I have 2 left feet, but I love a dance and I always want to dance. But Gigi was in 7th grade, probably shorter than she is now. She was we went to a predominantly Black school, and she was the only one in the front, Filipino, like her, with all these Black girls. And I remember they did the dance with Spike Lee's school days, doing the butt. And Gigi was the one in the front, moving and dancing, and all the girls teams. And it was a whole, just all Black girls, like it was at a Black college. And she was the only one in the front, the smallest one in the front. And she was holding her own and with the biker shorts and t-shirts. So yeah, she's always been very crazy. So like a little Gigi.
That is funny.
Yeah. Just doing all that since being very young, just created a fearless
Yeah,
than of
that's
me,
good.
and which is why I just jumped into just creating this business, and now I'm able to share my talent and gift with the kids.
Yeah,
Finger snaps.
I love it.
Well, I'll give just a couple examples of my whys. So, after one of my college lectures on destigmatizing the menstrual cycle,
Mhm.
I was cleaning up my stuff, and a college student came up to me, and a male, and he said, he said, my little sister is 13. And I don't know if she started her period, but I really want to talk to her about it. What should I say? I could have melted.
I know.
Like, that's the why.
Yes.
That's the why. So I gave him some little props, gave him some little things to say, and he went on about his business. And, I hated that I didn't have an opportunity to like get his contact information to find out how it went. But I ended up running into him months later, and he told me that he had raised the conversation with his sister, and felt so, connected to her. She looking up to him because he
I love
initiated,
it.
the conversation. So that's
Yes.
one of my whys. Another one related to that is sometimes I have parents and they are thinking ahead and they're thinking like, oh my gosh, my daughter's about to start her
Right.
period.
Yes.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make it positive for her. I don't want her to have the experience that I went through, where it was all negative and you was
Yeah.
called stuff and
Yeah.
da. And so work with their babies, and then afterward they're like, "Thank you so much, Dr. Carmen, because
Right.
I had no clue that this could be a positive experience. I had no clue that the menstrual cycle could be a guide for self-care. So it just really, really transforms so many different lives.
Yeah.
That's a little bit.
Is the mindset always for like adolescent, or is there adult mindset? You both okay? Because I was thinking I dated somebody a long time ago, and I said, "Oh, I need you to come over." I'm like, "Hey, it's like, all right, just come on, put the little thing in there, and come on." And then when I needed some more, sometimes he'd like, "Oh, here, I put your little things in the bathroom," but I didn't want to have the conversation like, "What little things?" Like the little boxes right there.
Yeah.
So I guess it is a mindset around it, like it's kind of a touchy, personal subject. So this
And I-
will be enlightening to hear more about
I've
it.
been able to be a part of a few of your workshops, and I love your delivery.
Mm.
And so it's more than just the information, it's how it's delivered. And it's so positive, it's so uplifting, and you throw a lot of little activities in there to make it fun. And so you leave with this rewarding experience and feel like inspired, like, okay, this is cool, this is good. And so I really enjoyed all of your workshops,
Yeah.
for sure.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank
Me
you
too.
so much.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
Just you bringing the awareness out. Like I didn't think too much about it, but after attending like your seminars and things like that, I'm like, this is something good.
Yeah.
Like this is good. This should be
Needed.
talked about.
Yeah, it
needed.
definitely needs to be talked
Schools,
about in the
Yeah.
schools.
right?
Yeah.
And
know,
sex
yeah.
education and
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So awesome.
So that's a little bit about us.
Yes.
Dang, we dealt.
So we're going to give y'all just a little touch of some of the episodes that we have coming up. So Gigi, you want to tell the folks a little bit about what we got coming up?
Well, things that we definitely going to be talking about is manifesting a partner, balancing too, like balancing
Yes.
relationships, also running a business, because that's a whole conversation. But anyway, so we definitely going to be talking about that. And what else are we going to be talking about?
how to start our business.
How to start your
In
business.
depth.
Yes.
Um,
Just real life. We're going to talk about a lot of things that pertains to our business, our life. We're going to hear more about period stuff. About that.
Period.
We're gonna talk about period.
Period.
And of course, relationships, going through divorce, all of that stuff. That's what we're going to talk
What
about.
about your friends, family, support,
Yes.
social media,
Your network.
and out?
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And the real goal is to hopefully inspire you guys to start your own businesses if you're in that in between mode, as well as seeing where we are in our businesses and sharing that with you. Just giving you that real life and that real story and connecting it all together as entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, with all that said, I have something for you ladies.
What?
I love you.
A
So,
surprise? Yeah, it's a surprise, a little surprise. And so we're going to ask Percy, the man behind the cameras.
Shout out to
Thank you,
Percy.
shout out to
Thank you for
Percy.
Making us look
So
good.
he's going to
he's
help
the
me.
man behind the camera.
Yes, the man literally behind the cameras. Okay, let me get
Oh, we got our names
Simona.
on it too.
This is really a surprise. This
I
is
had
fun.
no idea.
So do we open them up all together?
Yeah, so hold on. I even wrapped my own like y'all didn't know what it is. Because I want to
The
be
backs
part
are
of
cute.
Gigi
Okay. In our colors.
Thank you.
Carmen,
Yes.
red.
and Percy.
Oh,
Percy gets
So
her
come
bag.
sit right here, Percy. You got to be in the middle of this.
Yes.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
No.
All right, that's all right.
You
Yes,
work.
Percy.
Come on.
Okay.
Should you sit here? Scoot over.
So he's on the camera.
Okay.
So I wanted to give you guys this because I think this is something that would be useful during our podcast. And I want to thank you ladies for taking me serious. It was just a little idea and it's just like,
Aw,
look at you
thanks,
guys.
me.
Yes. With all these talents because I sure could not do this by myself. Okay. So go ahead and open it.
Yay!
I'm going to open it too because I don't know what's in it.
Oh
Listen.
those are so
Thank you, because all these. Oh my goodness. What? Oh my goodness. Love it.
stop
Thank you
playing.
so much. What? Yay.
Oh
I can't even
my
open
God.
it.
I
Yeah,
can't
I'm
open
gonna
it
be
either.
holding this.
I love
This
it.
is so cute, and
Dang,
you
they got
guys
this
see
in
my
here real
name
good.
is on it.
Fancy.
Ah, cheers!
Mercy, wait for
Mind
Mercy.
our business.
Cheers to our first podcast.
Yes.
So cute, love it. Oh
I
my
know.
gosh,
First, I thought I was
drinking
drinking this.
this
So
is
thank you for that.
perfect.
Thank you. Tamika, this
Thank
on
you,
thebomb.com. I love it. And
So-
it's our red in there.
To
I love
future
the cue
success
cards.
and fun while we do it.
This is so nice.
Prosperity.
Thank you, Tamika. That is. Thank you, Tamika.
Thank you, me.
I'm going to need these.
Oh my
You know, I'm gonna
god.
need them 2 cards.
I need those two cards. You ready?
We go behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody has a little taste of who we are and
Yeah.
how we operate, our
Yes.
personalities, our backgrounds. So until the next episode, we want you to stay true to yourself and remember, let's mind
Mind our business.